Hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise. Today I want to talk about narcissistic parents' harsh truths about them you're blind about, or you may be blind about. I've been helping folks for 45 years to get their family out of them and to find a true and self-differentiated self. And I want to share these things with you today regarding narcissistic parents. First of all, one truth you may be blind about is that they won't change. They're not going to change, and they won't change. Now, I'm not against miracles. I'm not against, I don't know, and I'm talking in general about narcissistic parents. Maybe your narcissistic parent has narcissistic traits versus full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. So I understand there are people that have narcissistic traits that can do some changing. But generally, narcissistic parents won't change. And so we oftentimes don't want to accept that, or we may be blind about that. We also may be blind or don't accept they can't give you the approval you are looking for. We may be blind or unaccepting about that because we still act, live, and behave in a way to try to get that approval from them rather than accepting that they can't. That's one of those truths that we may be blind about. We also may be blind that they will always put your needs last. They always did. Oftentimes we believe, oh, well, they're nice sometimes. They may love bomb me sometimes, but they don't always put my needs last. That may be a truth you may be blind about. And I understand all parents are different, but I'm talking about the truly narcissistic parent. They always put your needs last, and that we may need to face that and not be blind about that. Another truth we may be blind about, you inherited their dysfunctional emotional reality. By the way, I didn't say you inherited their narcissistic personality disorder. What I'm saying is you inherited their dysfunctional emotional reality. And I've worked with a lot of people who are blind about that truth and live as though that's not true. When actuality, we are reactive. We're still looking for love and approval from them when they can't give it. And there are lots of emotional dynamics that have gone on with our narcissistic parent that we have inherited or internalized or been programmed for, and that we may be blind about that truth. Another truth is this: if you can't handle their abuse and craziness, then you are healthy. Now that may sound funny. Well, no, that doesn't sound like something. No. If you can't handle their abuse and craziness, then you are healthy. Many people don't accept that truth because they believe the way they handle their abuse and craziness is they believe then there's something wrong with me if I can't handle it. I'm weak if I can't handle it. Not I'm healthy if I can't handle it. Why would it be healthy to handle abuse and craziness? That would not be a healthy thing. We shouldn't be handling that. Now, I understand that doing the work of self-differentiation, we will become stronger and that we can deal with those dynamics much differently, but that nobody's supposed to deal with abuse and craziness and accept it while being healthy. And that, again, oftentimes it gets turned on us and we believe if we can't handle their abuse and craziness, then there must be something wrong with us and that we must be weak. No, you're probably healthy if that affects you in a negative way, for sure. Another statement, another truth would be they were not able to love you. Many clients and folks that I've worked with fight so hard to not accept that truth. They really do fight hard, and I understand that fully. I have gone through that. I have felt that. And it's like, I don't want to feel that a parent maybe did not love me and could not. That's a huge hurdle to overcome. And so we may have a truth that they were not able to love you. Well, I always thought they did. Well, I understand, but let's look at the facts. They were not able to love you because they don't have that ability from the heart to do that. And another truth is they cannot heal your trauma, your emotional wounds, or need for love. We may be blind to that truth. And we're thinking, if only I can get acceptance, if only I can work this out with my mother or father or my narcissistic parent, if only if I can get that relationship in a better place, that will help heal my trauma, my emotional wounds, and my need for love. No, they cannot heal that for you. And in fact, I believe that for the most part, if we have been traumatized, hurt, abused, those become our issues to resolve, not with the person who created them. It becomes our responsibility to heal that for us. Of course, it would be great if somebody could make amends. Of course, it could be great if somebody apologized and meant it. But we cannot wait on that. These are issues for us to heal. The trauma, the emotional wounds, and the need for love is for us to heal, not for the narcissistic parent to heal. I want to share with you a few self-differentiation tips regarding this particular subject and about these truths that we may be blind to. And maybe you're not blind to all of them. Maybe you're only blind to a couple of them. But I found folks who have been blind to all of these. First of all, don't try to change the narcissistic parent. And also, don't change for them. We have to stop that cycle of trying to change them or trying to change us for them. That cycle must stop. Stop pursuing their limitations. They have limitations. They weren't able to love you like you wanted and needed. They weren't able to support you, care about you, give you unconditional love, approval, and give you a healthy emotional reality growing up in the family. They could not do that. Stop pursuing those limitations because they're their limitations. Also, you don't need them to understand for you to differentiate and to move on. Let me say that again. You don't need them to understand or understand you for you to self-differentiate and move on. You don't need them to do that. And in fact, it is very unlikely that if you were self-differentiating and wanted to move on, they're not going to be happy about that anyway. And you don't need them to be happy about it or to accept it, to heal and recover. Lastly, certainly learn about narcissism. That's important. And learn about dysfunctional families, but primarily focus on you. Have your focus be on you, your healing, your own relationship with yourself, your own reparenting of yourself, your own inner bonding with yourself. An example of that would be Margaret Paul's book, Inner Bonding. What we want to do is focus on our self-healing, not on becoming a Harvard or Oxford expert on narcissistic personality. I hope that you will learn some about that, but what I try to teach and provide is for people to learn how to get those dynamics out of them and to find a true self. I have a program where I've spent 45 years developing that. It's called Road to Self, listed down in the description. Take a look at that. I don't think you will be disappointed. I want to thank you for watching today. Have a great day and be wise.